Ask you, what do you want in life? Would you be able to tell me? Like, if I really asked you, what do you want in detail in the later part of your life? Can you answer that question? You'll be surprised that a lot of people can't. I couldn't for the longest, and you might not be able to, but that's okay because it's not really your fault. We just haven't really been brought up to really understand this. And the fact that once you have a vision in your mind, you can bring it into reality. I'm going to get right to the point with this one. I want you right now to close your eyes and imagine a new color. Imagine a new color in your mind right now in the color spectrum. Guess what? You can't do it. Why? Because it doesn't exist. Now, close your eyes and imagine the life that you want in your mind. I'm sure you can do that. You could create vivid images of the life that you want to live. Guess what? You can do it because it exists, because it's in your mind. So anything that you can picture in your mind, it really does exist, believe it or not. It really does. And imagination is the real reality. Yes, imagination is realer than this physical reality that you see with your own two eyes. This is a mere illusion. Because, how do I know this? It's because everything comes from the non-physical. Everything comes from the unseen to the seen. It literally makes sense. There's no debate about that. Everything that's been created around you, your house, your toilet, your bedroom, it was once a vision. It was once in somebody's mind, and then it came into reality. That's why it's important to have a vision. It's how this whole world was created, because of the wonderful imaginations of us human beings. And you can contribute to the world with your imagination. So now let me ask you again, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want in 1 year? What do you want in 5 years? What do you want in 10 years? The truth is, it's going to be a little blurry, the next 5 or 10 years, depending on the type of person that you are. But why not have a little bit of a blueprint? Because when you do, you have a direction. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to make up your mind that you're going to have it. Because you can. Because why? It exists, right? You can have what you want as long as you make up your mind. And I want you to know that it exists. And I want you to say no to everything that isn't in alignment with your vision. Why? Because it's going to get you so much closer to getting to your desired situation. Because right now, you're somebody who might have a vision, who might not have a vision. But one thing I do know about you watching this channel is that you have somewhere you want to be in life. You have goals you want to achieve. You have a person that you want to become. And this person that you are right now isn't cutting it. And so I'm here to help you control your mind to get you to that desired situation. And that's why a vision is important. I have to really break this down for you. And I'm here to tell you, if you can see your vision clearly in your mind, you're already there. Because the truth is, you already have your vision. You just have to pull it into this reality. Everything has already been made. There are different versions of you that are doing different things. This isn't woo-wah. This is anything like that. There's a version of you that can be a firefighter. There's a version of you that could be a swimmer, and all you have to do is go do things to get you there. So there are multiple versions of yourself with different occupations, different ways of life, anything. There are different versions of you. And the way you achieve those versions is by doing certain things to get there. So there are different versions of you doing many different things. And it's all about the vision that you have and what you did to get there. And I'm going to tell you this right now. If you can see your vision clearly, you're going to be surprised about how things are put into place that get you closer to that vision. Trust me. Ever since I really laid down the blueprint for my life and what it is that I want, things just start to happen, whenever I'm working towards it. And the crazy part is you don't even worry about how. Don't worry about how it's going to come. As long as you have the vision, you have the intention, and you're working towards it. I'm telling you this right now, 100% guaranteed. You're going to be surprised how things are put into place that get you closer to that vision. It's kind of scary. I'm going to be honest with you, but it's something that is absolutely, it's wonderful, because you're starting to see, hey, this is really going to become a reality. Now, thinking about what it is that you want, what do you want to be put into place to get you closer to your vision? Do you want to be a great mother? Do you want to leave a legacy behind for your school, your children, society, whatever it is that you're doing? Like, do you want to feel purposeful in this life? Do you want good health? Like, what is it that you actually want? Really think about it. This is just a couple of examples. And chances are, if you're having the vision of any of these things plus anything outside of them, You aren't quite there yet, but you can get there. You're already there. You just have to pull it into your desired reality, your current reality. Now, visualization, I'm going to talk a little bit more about this because, of course, why would I talk about visualization on a video about vision, right? They go hand in hand. So visualization is the act of creating vivid mental images of a desired outcome. And the way that I visualized and found success in this in my life, and I've learned this from, successful people and different teachers talk about this as well on the internet. They always say one thing that, and it's in common, and it's that you think with your emotions, right? You think because feeling is a secret, right? Whenever you're thinking with your imagination, feeling is the secret. Using your wonderful human senses that God gave us is going to help you visualize a lot more powerfully and get you closer to that vision. And the thing is, whenever you're visualizing, you want to think from the first person point of view. You want to actually put yourself in that new version of yourself's shoes. How does that person walk? How does that person talk? How does that person feel? Right? How does that person think? I think I might have said that already, but you really want to become that person. And you see how it's making sense now. In my videos, I say, we don't achieve goals, we achieve characters. It's all a big part of visualization, thinking how that character thinks and, visualizing from that character's perspective. So it's important for you to think from that first person point of view, because it's really going to put you in that reality in your mind, and your subconscious mind can't tell the difference. And whenever you keep that up and you keep acting like that, that's when you'll be surprised how things are put into place that get you closer to your vision. I hope it's really starting to make sense. And one thing I want to tell you is how powerful visualizing before bed is. I can't you really have to try this. You really have to try these 2 steps as you're falling asleep at night. Yes, as you're falling asleep at night, you think with your emotions and you think from that first person point of view, and you let that imagination roll as you fall asleep. And this is so powerful because it's going to create your tomorrow. It's going to create the future events that come into your life. Trust me. And once you do that, it's just because your life is literally, it's like a script. It's like a movie. Every single day is a new episode, right? And you just have to tune into the channel that you want. In this case, it's the channel of your desired situation. And the thing is, you're probably dealing with some of these things. And this is what comes with having no vision, because this is exactly what I dealt with, and people that I see today that don't have a vision that deal with, right? There's no purpose behind what they do. They have a lack of self-awareness. You probably don't know yourself that well, but you're starting to, especially digging into this type of information, knowing yourself more and having a vision for yourself. You're more prone to addiction when you don't have a vision, because you're not going anywhere. You have no direction. Of course, you're going to follow your vices because it makes you feel like you have a sense of purpose. It makes you feel comfortable, but it's an illusion. It's fake. It's easy to be depressed when you have no vision. It's easy to be lazy because you're not going anywhere. A lot of people that I find that are very lazy in life, they really just don't have that grand vision that gets them up in the morning, and that's why I'm saying it's really not your fault. We just really weren't brought up with this information. This is why you might have low self-esteem and you miss opportunities. You feel like nothing is coming your way because you've never even set the vision in the first place. You don't know where you're going. So you're just like a leaf getting blown through the wind. You don't know where you're going to land, and you just hope that it could be somewhere. But let me tell you this right now, that sailor that set forth in the sea, he had a map. He knows his destination. And in your case, you're a sailor sailing out into this wide, big sea, and you don't have a vision. Where are you going to end up if you don't have no destination point? You can end up anywhere. You might be wanting to go to Africa and you end up in Europe. That's not where you wanted to go. Of course you're going to have a lack of purpose in that journey over there, and you're going to be depressed, right? So, but the benefits, on the better hand, is that you're going to achieve it. Trust me. If you have a vision and you can see it very clearly and you're working towards it, you're going to get it. Trust me, you're going to have it. A lot of people just don't see things clearly, but the chances are that you do and that you really want to, but you're going to get that vision. I'm telling you, you're going to get it, and you're going to have self-control. That's what you want. That's why you're a subscriber. That's why you're a part of the Continence Club. You want to have self-control, and having the vision is going to give you self-control. Why? Because it's going to help you with your decision making. I put it down here. It's going to help you with that sense of purpose and direction. It's going to help you manifest. I don't really like saying this word, but it's really going to help you pretty much create your reality. I don't really like saying that either, but just getting you to that vision, right? What your two eyes can, your senses can interact with. You see, and you're gonna get up in the morning and you're gonna be inspired. It's really that simple. People that have been successful in life, they're inspired, they're motivated. They wake up every single day excited to tackle the vision of what they've seen in their mind. And this is going to be a big reason for you to get up out of bed and not hit that snooze button. This is the importance of vision, right? As you get to your desired situation and from your current situation, that gap, part of that gap, of bridging that gap between the two, is having that vision, right? So now let me ask you again, what do you want? Go get it. This is Mekus with the Continence Club. Like, share, subscribe if you like this video. Until next time, keep going.